How's it going, everybody? Welcome to today's review. We are talking about Wolverine. We're talking about the new Logan movie. I am Ryan, and I'm a cinemaholic.
How's it going, guys? I'm Spencer, and I'm a mother cinemaholic.
And this episode will be rated Mother R, so stay tuned. Spencer, introduce us to Logan.
So, guys, Logan is directed by James Mangold, director of 310 to Yuma, Walk the Line, and The Wolverine. Um, in the plot summary, the plot summary on IMDb is: in the near future, a weary Logan cares for an ailing Professor X in a hideout on the Mexican border. But Logan's attempts to hide from the world and his legacy are upended when a young mutant arrives, being pursued by dark, sinister forces. I added sinister in there. Did that make it sound better?
Yeah, I loved it. You sold me. I'm gonna go see the movie again.
All right. Well, speaking of the movie, Ryan, what did you think of said movie?
Um, Brilliance. I literally just walked out of the movie like 20 minutes ago and we started this, so I'm still like letting it marinate. And I don't want to like make any like obscene grand comments like this is the best comic book movie ever because I don't think I'm prepared. I think I'm still fanboying a little bit over this, but this movie really was brilliant and good for them because I thought it was just going to be a shtick that Deadpool did so well. It was rated R, it had a bunch of F words. So quick, let's react to that. Let's make a rated R Wolverine movie. But it didn't fall into that at all. Like any hesitations and reservations I had went out the window with the first 5 minutes. This movie is just so on point, and the thing that I love that they're able to do is that this is a character piece. This is a very well toned. We just did a review for I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, and that does a very good job of like balancing a bunch of tones. This just has a steady tone throughout the whole thing, and I think that works so well for this movie. And one just kind of like a technical thing that I picked up on and noticed halfway through, I noticed how confined all of the shots were. There were maybe 3 wide shots in the whole movie where it's this big establishing shot. Everything was so up close and personal, and I think that's what a lot of these superhero movies have been lacking lately, is that it's, oh, we saved the world, oh, we saved the universe, oh, we did, and you have to one up yourself and raise the stakes. This confined it. It's a character story about Logan, and it's so well executed. Bravo. I will just clap for 20th Century Fox. You did something good. Well done. What did you think of this movie?
Yeah, so I in 2008 in like July, I think it was, I as a 13-year-old kid went and saw The Dark Knight, and it kind of made me really consider like making movies and do it. That's what kind of like, I've always had a fascination for movies, but after watching The Dark Knight, I was like, man, it would be so cool to make a movie someday. And I think that The Dark Knight's more of a crime drama than a superhero movie. I would really consider it more of a crime drama. And I think Logan is like probably the best superhero movie ever made, maybe. Like I'd have to think about it a little bit. And I have thought about it. And I really think that this movie is way, way better than I expected it to be. I am a fan of Wolverine and like the comic books. I read lots of X-Men when I was younger, and I've read quite a few. Wolverine's my favorite Marvel superhero. I love him. I think he's amazing. I think everybody loves Wolverine, right? But I think with X-Men Origins and the Wolverine, they were both very disappointing. X-Men Origins is a flat out horrible movie, and The Wolverine was a disappointing, underwhelming movie. That being said, I think we needed both of those movies in preparation for this, because I walked into this with like, I mean, I had heard good things about it, but I wasn't going to get my hopes up too high, just because like some superhero movies had been oversold for me. Like Deadpool is a good example of a movie that I had heard so much great things about, and when I walked into it, I was like, really, that's what like all the fuss was about? Like it was good and it was really well done, and it was raunchy and it was true to the character of Deadpool, but I don't really feel like as like the tone of the movie like was as good as the tone is here in Wolverine, because this is essentially a Western with Wolverine at the center. And that was something that I just dug so much. And real quick, I just want to look up the name Daphne Keane, who plays Laura X-23. She is freaking amazing in this movie. She is my new favorite superhero. Every single second she was on screen, I was like totally invested into this movie. I think this movie is freaking phenomenal. It's emotional. The violence in it is perfectly handled and executed, and it really adds something to the character. We kind of see like the toll that all of this like violence and killing has taken on him as a person, and it really added so much depth to this. Like even the moments where there was no action happening whatsoever, I was completely engaged and enthralled in this movie just because it really has a firm, great understanding of these characters, not just of Wolverine, but of Laura and of Professor X as well. All three of them are just perfectly handled. I love this movie. I think that this is the movie, like, lots of people talked about Deadpool, I think the way that I'm talking about this right now, but as somebody who Wolverine is like just my favorite superhero, probably other than Batman, but even more so kind of now, I think that this movie is it's dang close to perfect. I wouldn't say it's quite perfect. I have a couple nitpicks with it. There were a couple scenes in the third act or moments in the third act that I was like, that looks a tiny bit cheesy, but the emotion and the weight behind what's happening overpowered that, and I totally found myself completely and totally floored by this movie. And the last shot of this movie is perfect.
Oh, yes.
I was just like, I honestly almost started clapping. I don't usually clap unless we're at Sundance, Ryan. But so I guess we can score it unless you have anything else to add. Do you have anything else to add?
Yes. I mean, I could go on for a very long time about this. I totally agree with what you said with the last shot. Brilliant.
And it could have been so cheesy.
Yeah. No, it's overall fantastic movie. Bravo. Like, I clap for you, 20th Century. You did something really good. You made some bold choices. You stuck with your guns, and it really did pay off. I think this is kind of following the model that Marvel has set up, with like Ant-Man and Captain America. They were like a heist movie or like a crime thriller. And it continues off of that. And I think that's the direction that superheroes movies have to go to stay inventive, is they have to go genre in the sense of a Western movie. You can't just be this big comic book movie anymore. This is taking it up, and it's set the bar so high. Like you said, this is a dang near perfect movie. I'm giving it a 9.25. I was gonna score it a 10, but like you said, there's maybe one or two things that I kind of got held up on, and maybe a second viewing is gonna clear those up for me. And there's like one acting moment of one of the kids that I don't want to get into, but it kind of took me out of the movie just a little bit. But overall, fantastic.
Just real quick, it wasn't X-23, was it?
No. We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
She was like, oh, that little cute little adorable Mexican accent was so great. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give this a 9.75 out of 10. It is almost perfect, guys. Like, I mean, maybe it's not quite as good as The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's a movie I would give a 10 to, just because I think everything about The Dark Knight is essentially perfect. But when you think of it, why are both of these movies so good? It's because of the characters, and it's because we care about these people and what they're going through. And Logan is just, my goodness, like, as far as Marvel movies go, this is the best Marvel movie ever made, in my opinion. I love it. I think it is absolutely flipping phenomenal. 9.75 out of 10.
Awesome, guys. Thank you for watching. Comment down below. We went non-spoiler on this one, so let's keep the comments for a few days non-spoiler. But let us know what you thought. I've heard a lot of people buzzing about this movie. I've even had some people tell me and go as far as to say this is going to be Oscar worthy. So go ahead, comment. Let us know what you think. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Riot_Gordon. Where can they find you, Spencer?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Spinny Hand.
Awesome. Thanks again, guys. Subscribe. Until next time. Bye.